Peace, family. Welcome back to the Illuminated Eye Podcast, where we break down history, psychology, and culture through a sharper Afrocentric lens. I'm your host, Mustafa, and today I'm joined by my brother, my co-pilot in these conversations, Malik. What's good, my man?
Peace. What's up, family? Glad to be here. And yeah, we got to unpack this one today because Shedeur Sanders' situation, the debut, the headlines, the rumors about struggles behind the curtains is bigger than football.
Exactly. Let's start right there. Because when Deion said Shedeur's been going through things behind the curtains, that wasn't just a father talking. That was a signal, a hint that the issue is structural, something the public doesn't see, something intentional.
And what makes it wild is that the narrative got written before Shedeur even touched the field. Stefanski talking about a redshirt-style year, barely giving him any first-team reps, then throwing him into the game cold and acting shocked when the timing ain't there. That ain't football. That's framing.
Framing and deflection. Because when a black quarterback struggles, the spotlight never lands on preparation or reps or structure. It flips back on the personality, swagger, posture, what he wore, how he carries himself.
Exactly. That's symbolic behavioral racism. Earl Smith's whole breakdown. They don't attack your talent, they attack your demeanor, your vibe, your confidence. It's race science updated for 2025. They not measuring skulls anymore, they measuring swagger.
Say that, because a white quarterback throws the same interception and it's called development. A black quarterback throws it and suddenly it's arrogance, uncoachable, not ready. Same play, different interpretation. And that interpretation is racial.
And that behind the curtains part, that makes it even clearer. If Shedeur has been dealing with internal politics, quiet tension, or resentment of his visibility, that ain't unusual in sports. Young black men with confidence have always disrupted systems that wanted them humble first and talented second.
That's historical. And this is where the Bryant Gumbel metaphor hits home. When he said pro sports can feel like a modern plantation system, he wasn't calling players slaves. He was calling out the structure, the hierarchy, the control, the expectation of obedience. The old logic dressed up in new clothes.
Facts. And look how that plays out today. When a black athlete walks in with autonomy, visibility, and lineage, someone in power gets uncomfortable. Discomfort becomes discipline. Discipline becomes narrative, and narrative becomes behind the curtain struggles.
And here's what folks forget. Shedeur ain't stepping onto that field as a blank slate. He steps on as prime son, a digital force, a brand, a symbol of the NIL era. Young black athletes with leverage and ownership.
And institutions hate that leverage when they didn't give it to you. That's why his visibility bothers folks, why his confidence bothers folks, why even his smile bothers folks. He's walking into a place where the hierarchy expects gratitude, and he's showing up already knowing his worth.
So now you've got structure happening behind the scenes, narrative forming up front, and a debut engineered to fail. Instead of asking, why didn't he get reps? The algorithm pushes videos asking, what's wrong with Shedeur?
Exactly. And you can feel the tension. You can feel the humble him story forming, the sit down and be grateful script. That's what Deion was hinting at. The struggles behind the curtain ain't about talent. They're about power.
Family, hear me clearly. What we saw wasn't failure. It was resistance. And resistance always exposes the structure around it. So whether you love football or never watch a game, watch the narrative. Watch the framing. Watch who gets protected and who gets punished.
Because that'll tell you everything.
Stay woke, stay grounded, and keep that third eye open. And family, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You have been listening to the Illuminated Eye Podcast. I am your host, Mustafa. Peace.